and today I'm going to show you the Vacation Bible School craft for week 1. This week, we learned how Jesus called the first disciples. Those first disciples, Peter, Andrew, James, and John, were fishermen. And Jesus invited them to leave their things to follow him, and he would help them fish for people. For craft this week, we are going to make a colorful fish to hang in your window to help us remember this story. You're going to need to grab the following materials from your Week 1 VBS kit: your fish template, a piece of wax paper, a foam brush, a Sharpie marker, a bottle of glue, a roll of tape, a small plastic cup, and colorful tissue paper squares. From home, you will also need a pair of scissors. Once you've gathered all of your materials, you're ready to get started. To make our craft, you're going to begin by grabbing your fish template and choosing which side you would like to make. Today, I'm going to be making this side. Next, you're going to place it flat on your table and then lay your piece of wax paper over it. Now, you're going to go ahead and take your roll of tape and secure the wax paper down onto your surface. Next, you're going to take your Sharpie marker, and what you're going to do is trace around the outline of your fish. For our next steps, you're going to need your small plastic cup and your glue. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your glue and you're going to begin pouring it into your small plastic cup. You're going to want to make sure you pour enough glue to cover your entire fish. I poured my glue until it measured to about 1 centimeter on the side. Next, you're going to add several drops of water so that your glue is more watered down and less tacky and easier to apply. Then, you're going to mix. Once you finish mixing your glue, you're going to want to get out your colorful tissue paper squares and get them ready to apply to your fish. Once you're ready, you're going to start applying your glue. I apply mine in small sections by starting at the tail and moving my way towards the tip of the fish. Once you're done applying a section of glue, you're going to add your colorful tissue paper squares to make your fish look more colorful. I'm adding all types of colors to my fish, but you can add whatever colors you like to your fish to make it unique to you. While I'm applying my glue and squares to my fish, let's talk a little bit more about our story. We learned that Jesus called his first disciples, Peter, Andrew, James, and John, who were all fishermen. Now, I'm sure that the fish that they caught weren't as colorful as our fish that we're making today. But what kind of fish do you think they caught? They probably caught big fish, small fish, and all types of fish in between. What do you think? Is your fish looking more colorful yet? Make sure you keep applying your squares until your fish is completely covered. Once you finish applying all of your colorful squares, you're going to begin applying a thin layer of glue over your entire fish. You're going to want to be very careful with this step as to make sure that your colorful squares don't get misplaced. If you're having trouble, try dabbing the glue on instead of brushing it. Now, we're almost done. Before you move on to the next steps, you're going to want to make sure that you let your fish dry for at least 24 hours to make sure all the glue is completely dried. I've left my fish to dry overnight and now it's completely dry. Once your fish is dry, you'll be ready to move on to the next steps. First, you're going to want to peel off the tape carefully to make sure you don't rip the wax paper. Now you're going to grab your scissors to cut around the outline of your fish. Make sure to be careful as the blades can be sharp. Once you've cut out your fish, you can either throw away your leftover wax paper or save it for later projects. For our next step, you're going to need your Sharpie marker. Now, you can draw any features onto your fish that you would like. I drew eyes, a smile, as well as some details to the fins. I also decided to trace around the outside of my fish. Once you finish tracing, you're all done. Now you can hang your fish in your window to remind you of our story this week. If you would like, you can also use your leftover materials to make more projects. I made a smiley face and a heart as an example. Thank you for participating in VBS Craft Week 1, and I hope that we get to see you again for VBS Craft Week 2. Bye!